Hi, this is Dave with HTP Tech Tips, and today we're going to go over your MODCON boiler. This would be the 500 up through 1700 from around 2012 onwards, and we're going to go over an F01 code. To start with this code, you want to actually start where your thermostat connects. So I'm going to do that by removing this here, and on connections number 14 and 15, where your thermostat goes, you're going to remove whatever you have connected there, and we're going to place a jumper wire in. Once you've done that, you're going to reset the code, and if the problem goes away, it indicates that there's something wrong with the thermostat connection. Potentially voltage is being applied, or it's a poor contact and it's confusing the boiler control. If the problem persists, then we'll show you how to troubleshoot that. So now that I've got a jumper wire, we'll put that in and see if our problem persists. Once you've got your jumper in place, you'll want to start checking the safeties on the boiler, and there's potentially up to 7 of these. 2 of them are gas pressure switches, which are optional. They would mount in the front of the product here. Your boiler may be equipped with an external low water cutoff, in which case you would have an extra set of red wires like this sticking out the side, so you would want to test across that low water cutoff. This boiler is not equipped with the optional low water cutoff, but it does have a high limit here. So we're going to start by testing this. To do that, you'll want to get out your voltmeter, set that to AC volts, and the best way to do this is just to loosen that connector just a little bit, find a good case ground, and what you're looking for is 24 volts across each of these terminals. So this one has 27.5. We go to the other side, it also has 27.5. So that would indicate that there's no problems up to this point in the circuit. Next, we're going to move to the front of the boiler and show the gas pressure switches. If your boiler is equipped with gas pressure switches, you'll have a couple of harnesses like you see down here, except they'll obviously be connected up. These are just jumper harnesses from the factory. Now, this is an old engineering sample, so it's missing a couple of components, but I fabricated a jumper there for the purpose of example. And there's a couple of ways to test these, but the best way is probably to back probe the electrical connector. So you want to get your voltmeter lead in there nice and tight. Anywhere on the chassis should be a cabinet ground. Doesn't look like I quite made contact there, so we'll go in a little harder. Check the other side. And in this case, we don't see any voltage, which might just be a result of my jumper here. So we're going to pull that out, and we're going to test the other side of the connector. When you do this, be gentle with these. These little pin connectors can be quite fragile, and they're easy to damage. So we've got nothing there. And again, nothing here. So it indicates that something is tripped prior to this point. So let's check the next jumper in the circuit. Again, I'm going to back probe that. Nothing there. Again, nothing there. So where there's no voltage at all here, it indicates that we're losing the voltage somewhere prior to this point. So we're going to move to the back of the boiler and check those safeties as well. Now that we're in the back of the boiler, we've got a couple of more high temperature safety limits back here. This one is a thermal fuse. This is a high temp limit. And if you follow this rubber tube, I've already disconnected this component for the purpose of the video, but this is a high pressure switch. It's there basically to indicate a blocked exhaust for the boiler. Now, we'll start with this one. If you've replaced this or somebody's disconnected it, just be aware that it can be wired incorrectly. There's 3 contacts, normally open, normally closed, and common. You want to make sure that yours is wired to normally closed and common. So if you verified the wiring, get a voltmeter lead in there. And again, 27.5, 27.4 volts, which is pretty consistent, so that one's good. Check there. Again, 27 volts. If you're getting an inconsistent voltage reading, so just for example, you're getting 27 here, but you only see 23 here, it would be a good example. That actually indicates there's something wrong with the switch, and that might be causing your problem. Even though you're still getting voltage through, the significant drop in voltage is enough to confuse the boiler control and could potentially cause you to get the error. That's why we're testing each switch individually on both sides of the switches. Now that that one's been checked, I'll set it to one side. Check across the thermal limit here. Again, pretty good voltage drop, pretty normal. Still good. I'm going to check our thermal fuse. And both sides of the thermal fuse look good. If you have concerns over any of these switches or you're not sure about the reading, one of the easiest things to do is to pull the wires off, make a small jumper, bypass the safety temporarily for the purpose of troubleshooting. If your issue goes away with that particular safety bypassed, whether it's this or one of the other ones, that indicates that that safety is your problem. So if you don't want to use the voltmeter, the other way to do this test is to jumper out each switch individually, test the boiler. If it starts to work again, you found the bad one. If either of these is tripped, it's a fairly important indication. Something has probably gone fairly wrong if either of these trips. So use a lot of caution. Don't just reset or replace these. They're there to shut the boiler down. If the flue gas gets excessively hot, under normal working conditions, that just shouldn't happen. And if it does, your boiler could be in a dangerous state of operation. So it's important to clean the combustion chamber and inspect and find out why one of these has tripped, because again, it's a fairly serious indication. So that's how you check each of the safeties on your boiler. If you have any questions, give us a call at tech support.